with my Prusa, one moment, I feel like with my Prusa, I will be able to do a lot more than I can with the P2S, but I don't know that, and I'm curious to see. Eventually, I plan on getting one of the H series, and I'm curious to see how those are gonna go. I was really shocked to find out that at least the gentleman that was there said that the H series, that one of them has induction nozzles. But I thought it was a single nozzle, a dual nozzle, and then a nozzle that went and picked up another nozzle. But it looks like when I looked at them on the H series that one of the Bambus had a single head and then two heads, and then the other one had two heads, but one of those was consistently the same. It stayed the same no matter what, but then the one on the right would go and pick up one of the other heads so that you could change your nozzles out. But it wasn't the same kind of thing like with my Prusa where those materials are always loaded. So I don't have to purge in order to change colors. I do a wipe to clean my nozzle and to kind of get prepared for the next one so there's not the drag of it. But other than that, my Prusa just prints it. So I don't have the waste that I am experiencing with the P2S. And that is a thing for me because that's a cost. So does it add up to what the cost is going to be for the price difference? Well, that, in my opinion, the base Prusa is about 23, I think it's 23, or the Prusa XL is $23.99, I think is what the price is right now. And the H2, whatever the H2 highest one is, and I get them confused with the H2C, the H2S, and the H2D, that one is about $2,300. Would I rather have the H series versus the Prusa XL? I think I would rather have the Bambu H series only because it is a newer technology, because the XL is one of Prusa's older models. It came before the H series. But would I rather have a Prusa XL versus the Bambu H series? I would rather have the Prusa XL. I'm excited to see what they're going to do with their induction nozzles, and I hope that that goes to the Prusa Core 1. You know, I said that completely wrong. I would rather have a Prusa Core 1L over the Bambu Lab H series. And that is because I feel like Prusa builds their machines to last, and whatever they have on their machine, the technology is generally miles ahead of whatever is already out. And most machines today, they build a lot of their technology based off of Prusa's technology. One of the biggest things right now that I've seen advertised everywhere is the Snapmaker U1. And the one thing that and the price cost of the Snapmaker U1. Everyone talks about you're saving on the waste, you're saving on the speed. Well, that is almost not like an exact replica of the XL, but it's the same kind of technology. It's a multi-head machine that has less waste. Now, is it as well built as the Prusa? Absolutely not. So it's going to cost more because you're getting a greater quality machine. Do you want a machine that's going to last a long time? That's going to be your XL. That's going to be your Prusa. If you're a person that's going to buy one machine this year and another machine in a couple years when the technology changes, or maybe in 3 years, I think that the Bambu series would be good for you. I can't wait to see what the longevity is going to be, but my prediction would be that it is not going to be something that lasts a long time, just looking at how it's made. But we will see. All I can do is wait and see. Maybe there's things about it that I don't understand. But from an engineer's point of view, who looked at the Prusa XL and also looked at the Bambu with me, the engineer said this is a far better machine, the XL. But we would have to look more into maybe what's inside of the Bambu, because just for surface level, it looks like it's the technology. There are a lot of bells and whistles, and I see that a lot of times in a lot of things in my life where we are sold on looks, we are sold on things that may or may not be important. But when I want a machine, I want it to last a long time, especially if I'm paying $2,300. I want it to last a while. Or if I'm going to do a comparison, do I want something that lasts a while, or do I want something that's going to falter? I would rather take the longevity of a product. But 3D printers are a lot like computers, and so I have to take that into account, that although the Bambu Lab may or may not be a cheaper make of a model, which means it costs less, the idea that because 3D printing has changed so much in just the time that I'm doing it, do you really need the machine to last a long time? I guess that is up to you and how long you're going to keep your machine. I today was talking about the very first 3D printer that I had, which is probably going to give you a closer idea of how long I've been 3D printing, but I had an i3, a Prusa i3 way back when, and it was a difficult machine because that's where 3D printing was at that time. So if you ask me about the XL and how I feel about it, I have to say that, well, the Prusa XL is a great machine, and it's been out since 2023. That's a while in 3D printing time. If you just think about how often people come out with things, they come out all the time. And so just to know that it's only been shipping since 2023 and we're in 2026, that's a long time to me in 3D printing time. So obviously, the machine is doing well. For me, it is a great machine. I don't know what others have experienced, but for me, it has been absolutely superb. My prints come out so well. I can do multi-material. I don't have as much waste, which I have been shocked because I had the Anycubic Cobra S1 and I cannot believe the amount of waste that it had. I had a Cheaty that had so much waste. I now have the Bambu P2S that has so much waste when I do multicolor. So I prefer not to waste so much plastic. Some of those colors, depending on what you buy, can get upwards of, I know that I bought a cookie CAD roll at the Micro Center, and I bought that for $35 for a row. Now that seems kind of expensive, but I think that's just the pricing for Cookie Cat. I think Cookie Cat filament is a good quality filament, and it just costs a little bit more. So that is what I paid for that. And to waste more of the filament through waste because I want to print with it outside of a solid color, that is a big downfall for me. So the H series that doesn't print, or that saves a lot of waste, I think that may be a good printer. I did not purchase that one at the time because I'm saving my money to buy the Prusa Core 1, and I'm waiting for the new heads to come out. I wish I had one of those. I would love to have a Prusa Core 1. So Prusa, if you ever see this and you're listening, feel free to ship me one. I would love to review you. You're my favorite. But I'm not going to say too much bad about the Bambu. I hope that I don't make it sound like that because I think that it prints great. I know you're seeing some stringing here, but I think that may be more of the filament than it is the actual printer. But so far, the prints have come out really good. I've pretty much had it running since I got it, and most of the prints have been pretty good. I can't say anything negative considering I've had some bad machines recently. So I just want to throw that out there and say, if you hear Prusa costs more, I would ask you to, instead of just taking that for that's what it is, go out there and take a look at the specs. Actually look at what the Prusa has in it, because I think that you would be surprised on the quality of the machine. And I feel like if you want quality, then you pay for quality. I know there are a lot of people out there. I think the Bambu fits the area for people who need a lot of machines or cheaper machines. I think that they print well. I think if you're not going to have them a while. But if you want a quality machine, which I know there are a lot of people out there like me who are willing to spend the money to buy the quality machine, I would recommend the Prusa XL for multi-material. It is a great machine. Would I recommend the Prusa Core 1 or the Prusa Core 1L? I can't recommend them because I don't have them. But if they're anything like the other Prusas, I would say probably. But I'm going to have to wait and get one and let you know. But I do know that the Prusa XL is an amazing machine. And here I am, an older woman, printing, and I love the XL. It is so good for someone like me. It is. My husband loves it, and he's an engineer. I love it, and I'm not an engineer. And it's just so easy to use. I think the only thing I don't like about it is maybe because I have to load the filament, but I'm thinking about making one of those Bowden extruders that I've seen people have. I probably would like to have an AMS on it. I do like the AMS. That is a neat feature of both the Cobra S1 and the Bambu P2S. I haven't had any trouble with the Bambu AMS. I had tons of trouble with the Anycubic Cobra S1. I had tons of trouble with its AMS. That's not what it calls it. It's not an AMS for them. But it was so troublesome, and just, I can't even think about that. Those times it was awful. I feel like I was going back to when I had the i3. It was just fix, maybe get a good print, fix. And that was very reminiscent of way back when 3D printers first came out, and you had to take the paper underneath the nozzle and kind of rub it and then see, oh, is it just barely touching? And then turn the little screws underneath the bed to try to get it level. Let me lift this end, let me lift that end. And then when the heated beds came out, oh my goodness, that was amazing. And then when you could have the entire when you had different heat spots, that's one good thing about the Prusa is the different heating areas of the entire bed where it only heats the area that you're using. That's pretty sweet. But so far, I have to say, Bambu's doing good. Still like my Prusa XL more. I know I've had a couple comments about, oh, it's old technology, or you spent so much. You're right, I did, and it was worth it. The quality is great. It's so good. You would have to see it in person to see what I mean. If you set the two machines side by side, you would see what I'm talking about. And if you're a machinist or if you're someone who understands machines, you'll see the quality difference right away. You'll see it. You'll know exactly what I'm talking about. But you will see some features on Bambu that are new that I do wish that the Prusa had. But those are the things that are minor. They would be beneficial. Like, I do like the nozzle cleaning. That's pretty nice. I think that's a neat feature. But you can print that and put that on your Prusa. It just doesn't come with that. But there's also a couple of other features that the Bambu has, like the AMS. The XL doesn't have an AMS because it's already a 5-head, but for the other Prusas, you can get the MMU, which is very similar. I like the fact that the Bambu Lab already has an enclosure. Now, one thing I do like about the Bambu is how well it sticks to the bed. That is nice. I've even had where I started a print and the wrong color started, but I had to stop it, and getting that off the bed, just that first layer adhesion was really nice. One thing I don't like is I don't like the way the AMS loads. On the Cobra S1, if it was an empty roll, the machine just automatically detected that you were loading it. So when you put filament in there, if the machine was not printing and there wasn't anything going on with it, it would automatically load that filament. So that was kind of nice. The touchscreen for the Bambu P2S is kind of, I don't know, it's kind of not really hard, but it's not really like smooth. But there's lots of good things about the Bambu. I don't really want to knock it too much because so far it's been really good. And for the price point, it's pretty good. I'll probably get an H series eventually, maybe, depends on how the Prusa Core 1 goes. But just so you know, from one person to another, I am not a farm. I'm buying a machine to last me and to last me a long time. And so I might buy a couple of machines, and this is a great machine for a low price point. But if you are only going to buy one and you want something that's going to last, you would have to see the two next to each other to see the difference. And you would have to make the decision yourself. I feel like the Prusa XL is a better built machine for a machine. Does the Bambu have more bells and whistles? Yes. Yes, it does. Maybe. Depends. I don't know. You'd have to look at it and see. Anyways, that's my 2 cents for tonight. And I hope that everyone has a really good night. Thanks for watching.